Okay, perfect. Okay, welcome everyone. So we have people joining us live, and I know we have a lot of people that are watching the recording. So if you're watching the recording, hello. So I am Susan Hyde, and I am joined by Myra Yarbrough, and we are going to split up this sneak peek inside the Young Living business. So you get to hear from both of us. But let me go ahead and I'm going to share my screen and then open the slideshow here. Come on. Doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay. All right. Can everybody see the slideshow? Okay, good. Okay. So perfect. Okay. So we are going to be in and out in 30 minutes because this is not complicated. But if it's new and unfamiliar with you, this is the place to come and get a little bit of information. Maybe you've been using Young Living products for a while and people have been asking you about, like, I want to get some. How do I do that? And you're a little unfamiliar with that. You're in the right place. Maybe you haven't even dipped into Young Living, but you've seen the products that we have, and you're like, gosh, if I could link up with a company, this is the company that I would want to link up with to have a side hustle or maybe something more. You're in the right place. So you're going to get some information tonight, and I'm going to kick us off with a little story. I'll probably hand it back to Myra so she can share a little bit, and then I will take it back and we will move forward with that. And now I got to remember there we go. Okay. I was like, how do I flip the slides? I always forget because I don't do this very often. So a little bit of background because I think it's always interesting to see, like, how did somebody get in the business that they're in, or how did they get started, or what was their story, right? We always want to know people's stories. And so this is my story in a nutshell. I came to Young Living because I had been on antidepressants for over 16 years, and I had to get off of them because I had been diagnosed with systemic and cutaneous lupus. So those pictures there on the left show what I looked like when I came to Young Living. My face had lesions on it, and I was just in really a hard, I don't even want to say season because 16 years isn't a season, friends. That's like a long period of time. But there was a lot going on. My body was just screaming for help. And so stumbled in to Young Living because I was looking for other ways to help support my body to wean off of the antidepressants. And I'll just say, if that is something that's part of your story, I want to say it is possible because it was possible for me, but I want to give this disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. I would never tell somebody to discontinue a medication without having a support system and medical advice, which I had. I was set up for success, and my doctor was right on board with me to get off of that medication because he, in fact, thought the medication was giving me lupus symptoms. It was a little crazy. But in any event, in 3 months, I was able to wean off my medication. And then after that point, we discovered it didn't help my lupus symptoms. But I have been medication free for over 13 years, which I'm very grateful for. And I got set off into the journey of understanding how my body truly is meant to heal itself when it's given the right things. I want to say dumped, but that's not really accurate. I was lovingly welcomed into a community of other holistically health-minded people that were a wealth of information. And then the next wonderful thing that happened to me was that I ended up getting off of my medication that they had put me on for my lupus because in 2.5 years, I had no more symptoms of lupus, and I have been symptom free for I think we're coming up on almost 10 years, you guys. So I feel better now at 13 years older and later than I did when I started. So I just love to share that story with you because everybody is in a different season of their health journey, and there is always hope. And so that is always good. So why don't I turn it over to you, Myra, so you can introduce yourself, and then I'll take it back.
Hello, friends. Hello, hello. As you can see in this picture, I joined Young Living in 20, right before this, right after this picture was taken, actually, the first one. I joined in 2012, and following Susan is so hard for me because I want to cry and laugh and like do a happy dance all at the same time because Susan was one of my first friends to join me in Young Living, and her story was just fuel for my soul because her healing is was just the cherry on top, the icing on the cake, the why behind why we help people live their best lives. So I joined Young Living because I kind of felt like my arm was a little twisted by a friend who was like, "You really need to do this." And I was like, "Sure, I'll try these weird oils." But come to find out, I needed this community, and I found so much um, camaraderie in mothering my children, mothering them through health things, through coughs and colds, respiratory situations, the flu, whatever. And I feel so empowered now. And that is my heart for other young moms is to empower them to not run to the emergency room for a panic moment. You know, like obviously medical care is there when we need it, but a lot we don't need to run to the emergency room for an ear infection. But we have tools now. We have tools, and I want to help you um, learn how to do that. And so that's my passion, and it fuels me. It gets me up in the morning, and I get really excited just because there's so much education, and you don't know what you don't know. So being in Young Living has just been transformative for me, for my health, for my life. And I'm just so grateful for the community. If nothing else, this community is it's just the best ever and supportive and always we're always learning from each other. And that is one of the best things because nobody knows it all, but we can always learn from each other. So I'm very grateful to be here. Back to you, Susan.
Oh, okay. I love the difference between your pictures too, and I love how you the bangs on that one picture always literally get me because I just remember reading your blog that many years ago, and I'm like, yeah, that's my Myra. So,
That's right.
so all right. Well, so we are going to take a peek into the business side, what this means for you, the community. We've already touched on that a little bit, and just the products that end up truly changing lives. My life is changed. Myra's life is changed. Other people that we have touched, I mean, their lives are changed. So it is a trickle effect that you have no idea how that will be as you come on in, right? So 10 reasons to be here. We probably could come up with 50 reasons, but here's just 10. One of my favorite is there is zero startup costs. If you wanted to start any type of business, there's usually some significant cost to that. And so, but with Young Living, there is zero. You could actually start sharing Young Living without even purchasing a product. Now, would that be very authentic and genuine? Likely not, but maybe a friend gifted you some product and you've used that and you fell in love. So that's a legitimate way that you could share with others before even making a purchase. But even when you do make a purchase to buy a starter kit, which is one of the favorite ways, that is fairly minimal, $100 to $150 to open the doors to your business. It's great. You don't have to carry inventory. Like I have heard horror stories from others friends of mine in the past that have had to carry inventory. And then what happens when you decide not to do it anymore or it kind of fades away? You're left with all this inventory. So you really ended up not making a lot of money anyway, right? Um, there is simple systems set in place for sharing. So we have come a long way, baby. That's what I want to say. If I look back to 13 years ago, when I first started sharing, and even when Myra started sharing, it's like, it's so easy to click a referral link from the website and share it with a friend and then they click there and then it's done. It was so much more complicated. So super easy for that and we have some training and mentoring programs that are available for free. Okay, so you don't have to invest and pay extra once you come in for somebody to teach you. No, no, no. That's what the community is about. We want to see you succeed just like everybody else. So we're going to mentor in a way that is not pressure filled, right? Is friendly, is encouraging, and we want to celebrate you. So, and then there is no income cap. And that is the one thing that I love. Young Living has one of the most generous commission and bonus structures in the network marketing industry. And so it truly is. And we touched on the amazing community. And I think we can say that, but until you have been here and you have been able to text somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning because you're not sure what to do about XYZ that's going on in your home, or you can go look in one of the Facebook groups, or you can hop on an app, or, all of those are resources that this community has. Okay, I'm moving on because I could sit on this one for the next 25 minutes. So, so why Young Living? So, somebody asked me this yesterday because they were looking at another oil company and just kind of like, why would I choose Young Living over this? And I don't have to talk about other oil companies or other places that you can get similar products to Young Living. All I need to say is Young Living's been here for over 30 years. We are the original essential oil company here. Our founder, Gary D. Young, he started the whole movement. And I don't know about you, but I want the original. I don't need copycats. I don't need people that follow behind other people. I want the leader. And that's what Young Living still today is doing is they have a science, they have the laboratories, they are developing products, which Saturday we're launching an incredible product that is going to meet the need that so many people have. So we aren't just sitting on loyalty, like we are continuing to move forward. So it is so good. And we own our own farms. That was one of the pieces to that really resonated with me is that we have 25. We probably, if this slide, there might be even a couple more since this slide was put together, but all around the world, we own 25 different farms and we partner with a lot of other farms that meet our rigid seed to seal standards. And so, the product that you're getting is incredible, goes through testing, so many things. And how about some products that are huge variety because maybe oils aren't for you. Maybe that's just not your thing. That's okay because we have 500 other products that could be your thing. Our Ningxia Red is a game changer for so many families and so many people with high antioxidant and inflammation support, and we have supplements. So just a lot of different things. And we also have the Young Living Foundation, which is our philanthropy that we offer. And we have made a difference in so many areas of the world through people volunteering their time, giving of funds, and that foundation, all of the donations, everything that's put into that foundation goes to the foundation. Young Living absorbs any of the administrative costs. So I'm like, yes, all of whatever I'm going to give is going to go to a need that is there. So I really appreciate that. Okay, let's talk about just some income potential. So here are some ranks. So if you're unfamiliar with the ranks, they're just a way that kind of structures our commissions. The first rank at Star is having 500 OGV, around $500 of sales in a month. And that's not just from you, that is from the people that you have referred. Makes around $25. And then you can see it goes up from there. So, what could that do? What could an extra $300 a month do for your family? So, I know for me, and I'm sure Myra can agree, my goal is I'm not out there saying, like, you need to come join my team, you need to be the hustler, you need to do all that. My goal when someone comes to Young Living and they're a customer and then they're like, hey, maybe I want to share my referral link. My goal is to help them get their products paid for. So that isn't coming out of their family budget anymore. Can you imagine if you were able to give your family Ningxia Red because it was paid for through you sharing your referral link with others, and so it didn't come out of your family budget, and you were like, yeah, you're your child wants to have his third packet of Ningxia today, and you're like, go ahead, buddy, and you're okay with that because it's not something that you have to be so careful about, right? So we have so many needs that our money is calling for, right? Because our money wants so many things. So that is my goal is to just help customers get their products paid for that they're using for their family. And then it kind of starts from there. And then when it starts to get to be a little bit more money that comes in and maybe you're saving for a vacation or one of your kids can do, a sport or gymnastic, that's when it's just that extra padding that helps bring some relief. So there's a possibility for sure there. And that's what I love, possibility and hope. So like we mentioned, there is no startup cost at the beginning. So, lots of other businesses, they do. There's a lot of costs in the beginning, and then they want you to do training and they want you to do this and that and the other thing. And so that is not how Young Living is set up. We want you to have success right out of the gate. And so you can come in, like I said, if your friend gave you a bottle of deep relief and you're in love because that cured your migraines or whatever, and you want to share it with the world, you can start sharing a referral link shortly, right away. Just create an account. You don't even have to make a purchase and share that link, and you'll start getting that referral. So it really is an amazing way to do that. So, okay, and I'm going to talk about this. This seems to be the biggest hang up for people. It's like, I'm not a good salesperson. I don't want to sell things, right? I don't want to sell things either. We hear that term, like being a salesperson, whatever, and it's like feels like slimy, like used cars salesperson, right? I don't want to be that person either, right? Here is the difference, and you will find this with most people within the Young Living community. We just do things different. We have real stories to share. We're not here to push something on somebody else. We are here to share an option for people. And I think that's how I've been able to deliver it. Like, this is what I do if you want to choose to do something maybe a little bit different, or maybe, you're really struggling with your immune system with your family. I have something. Do you want to try it? It's no sweat off my back if somebody says no to me. But if I hadn't read on Myra's blog 13 years ago about using Young Living oils and getting off of my medication, where would I be? Right. And so it's just those gentle touches of just making an offer, not being a hard sell or anything. It is sharing, it is educating. That is the way we experience things a lot in the beginning. Facebook classes were the big rage. They probably still are a little bit now, but not so much. But teaching, helping people understand the value in why would you want to have a bottle of lavender? Well, I'm sorry, there's 432 ways you can use lavender. Did you know that? Like telling people and letting them know, right? It is the education. And then they get to make their own decision on if it's the right time for them to come in. So I just love that it is low key, it's low pressure. We're sharing real stories, and that is part of the mentoring that we offer. We are not here to put high pressure sales or any kind of, you have no quotas. There's nothing like that when it comes to the Young Living world. And so I know I so appreciate that. So I'm going to hand it over to Myra to close us out.
All righty, amazing. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how to share. So I know maybe probably right behind feeling like you need to be salesy is how to share. Oh, well, I don't know where to share. I don't know who to talk to. So let's talk about it. Sharing is not about the perfect picture or saying everything right or having all the right answers. We're not asking you to be somebody that you're not. It's about just living your life, using your products, sharing your experiences with the products, however that works for you. It doesn't matter if you're 70 years old and you get together with all of your friends at the senior center every Tuesday for lunch or whatever. That's in person, obviously. Or if you're 20 and you love TikTok or Instagram, it doesn't matter. Like we all have our ways to share. So it could be social media. Like I said, you can use reels and going live or just posting in your stories. It doesn't have to be complicated. It could be, I felt this way and now I feel this way. Um, it's so simple. We overcomplicate it and we get in our way in our minds. So you don't have to convince people. Like Susan said, if somebody says no, whoop-de-doo. It's okay. That's fine because the next person probably will say yes. You don't have to convince people. Just share your experience. Another way of sharing is having events. That doesn't mean that you have to have like this big to-do. Literally gathering with two friends at a coffee shop could be considered an event, or you could have girls' night at your house. Just having people, just gathering people together could count as an event. That also counts as in person. In person sharing is amazing because seriously, I think Susan mentioned deep relief. I have deep relief right here on my desk. Just getting oils on people, just letting them inhale, letting them experience it is so powerful. And then samples, like if you have friends who are long distance and you're like, oh my word, you need to try Thieves' cough drops. Just send them a few and let them experience that. So, how you share is just from your heart, just who you are, your experience, what products you're loving, and how they have helped you. If I, like Susan said, if I didn't share my experience, I think I blogged about lavender and how lavender I touched it. I had a terrible burn. I won't go into it. But lavender, I had no blisters. Lavender preserved my hand in the most amazing way. If I hadn't shared that and I just kept my story to myself, then Susan might not have had her story. So be willing to open up and share your experiences and share your stories. You don't have to say it just so you don't have to know all the answers because we have resources for those answers, okay? So, getting paid for sharing is the best thing ever. So, let's talk about. Oh, there is another slide about how to share. You can easily share about what's in your diffuser, unboxing your order, hosting an event, making a DIY roller. There's so many different ways. Like I love to drink nitro when I'm doing my workout. That's another example. So let's talk about how you get paid. The first way is fast start bonus. This is where you earn 25% commission on the PV purchased by your new customer or brand partner during their first 3 calendar months. So when somebody comes to you, they get started, you're getting 25% for 3 months on what they order. The second way is the starter bundle bonus. When your friend orders a starter bundle with your referral link, then you get $25 each time you sell one of those starter bundles. That's amazing. It's so incredibly generous. The third way is unilevel commission, and with this, you continue earning. It's residual. It continues on and on. So it's 4 to 8% depending on various orders and where people are in your organization. And then the last way is bonuses and incentives. And it's Young Living, like Susan said, is so generous in the way that they pay out bonuses and they have amazing incentives. There are trips and various things that you can do for free products and swag and all kinds of things that they have at various times. So it's wonderful community and they're so generous with the compensation. Okay, so we can go back through a little bit more about the fast start bonus. This is an image of the 3 months. Month one is 25%, month two and month three as well. And then the starter bundle bonus is the $25 each time you sell a starter bundle. And then you don't have to spend money. There's zero startup cost, but there's also zero monthly spend requirement to earn these bonuses. So that is another really wonderful perk of getting started with Young Living. And then again, this is about the unilevel commission as well as the leadership bonuses. There's a rank achievement bonus, generation commissions, and generation leadership bonuses. Now, to qualify for these does require 100 PV. But here's the thing. If you're going to be talking about the products, you want to be using your products. Authenticity and integrity are so important. And so it's a really big piece of your business to be using, experimenting, trying various things out, And Young Living, again, another big piece of generosity is their loyalty program. So when you order 100 PV every month, number one, you get paid across the board, all your bonuses, all your commissions, plus you usually get a free product at 100 PV and you get points back on your orders that you can use again for free products. So keep that in mind. Again, it's such a wonderful program. So, how can you earn $300 this month? There are three ways. And the first one is to enroll six people, six of your friends with a starter bundle or a make a shift kit. Or you can enroll 12 people with a 100 PV custom order. Like you have a friend at the gym and they want these items. Perfect. You have a friend at work. Perfect. They want 100 PV of this. You have your next door neighbor and your bestie and your mama and your aunt. All these people, you're going to enroll them with your referral link. They're going to order 100 PV and you make $300. Or you can enroll six people with 200 PV, whatever their custom order would be. And it's so simple now to help people customize their own little cart. It's amazing. Okay, and then how to earn $500. Enroll 10 people with a starter bundle or a make a shift kit. Or you could even have a table at a vendor event and enroll 20 people with a 100 PV order, or enroll 10 people with a 200 PV order. It's like you get to make your magic. You get to figure out what works for you in your lifestyle with your life already. And there's no reason. Don't make excuses. It's so simple. It's simple. I'm not saying it's easy because any business has its challenges, but this business model is so simple to make money. And the biggest challenge that you will have is right here. So let's talk about how to become a brand partner. It is so easy to become a brand partner. You literally, if you're not a Young Living customer or yet, if you don't have an account, go make an account. Easy peasy. Get with the person that invited you to this call. But if you are already a customer, upgrading to brand partner is so simple. You literally log in, you go to my account, you click become a brand partner, and voila, it's there. And so then you just go under my account and then share YL, and you can see your personal referral link. There's now a place where you can deep link a page. So, like, say you want to share about Progessence Plus, and you can go to the page, click it, copy the link, pop it in there, and send that direct link is connected to you to your friend. So that's another way. And then another wonderful perk when you come to enrolling your friend, you automatically get a discount code to share with them for 10% off for their first order. It's ShareYL. It's so simple to remember. And if they are ordering 50 PV or more, then they use the ShareYL code. It takes 10% off of their order, but it doesn't lower the PV. So you get 25% commission on the PV of their order as well. So that's super easy to become a brand partner. Okay, launching your business. It's really simple. You log into your account, become a brand partner, like I just shared with you, find your referral link. Another really big piece of this, if you do not have direct deposit set up yet, go do that. Go to your virtual office, go to my account, set up direct deposit. It's the easiest way because then your money just goes cha-ching into your bank account. And then you're going to want to get plugged into our business mentorship that is coming up. And if you're ready to set up your loyalty order, if you haven't already, start that. Get with the person who invited you to this call. They will tell you, look, you need to try this, try this, try this. You know what we call that around here? We call that sweet bossing. Isn't that the way that it goes with your friends? Like you find the next best lipstick or like the best restaurant, you had the most amazing meal. You tell your friends. That's how natural and normal and fun this is. And so you just start sharing, like I was explaining. You don't have to be an expert. You don't need to know all the amazing science. You don't have to know all the answers. You just have to share your link. And it's so fun and so simple. Okay, so let's talk about some frequently asked questions. No inventory. Susan already talked about that. We are not the Avon lady, thank God. Okay, nothing against Avon ladies. Um, No, you don't have to hit any sales quotas every month. There's nothing like that. You're your own boss. And here's the thing. Some months are great and you're like, "I'm in. I got this." Other months you're like, it does like life happens. And so maybe a different month it's a different story and that's okay. Young Living, yes, does test their oils. Our testing is next, like it does not compare to anyone else's. We have so many tests that are not just tested once, but are tested in triplicate multiple times. And I have 100% confidence in using these products on my children because I've seen the farms, I've seen the labs, I've talked to the farmers, I've talked to the scientists. I know. And having that confidence is so important, especially for people like us when authenticity and integrity is so important. So you can have full confidence that you can build a successful business and help people change their lives and be empowered as humans and find healing for their issues that they might be experiencing. Okay, is that all? Are those all the FAQs? Okay,
Sorry, I'm going. Oh, yep, that's it. So
that's
I'm going
all.
to stop
Okay.
sharing and then we'll stop
Okay,
sharing.
sorry.
No, you're
Okay.
good.
So tonight you saw about Why Young Living. You heard both of us talk about our experiences. We shared about how you earn and how simple it is to start. And what's really, really cool is that you don't have to do this alone. We are here. Susan and I are launching an 8-week mentoring program and we will be hosting these calls every single week to walk with you. And that's one of the most amazing community pieces is that we're not like islands, everybody trying to do their own separate thing. We're walking together and encouraging each other. So, if you're curious, you don't have to be convinced. If you're just curious, let's get you plugged in. We have a chat, a messenger, a Facebook Messenger chat that we are going to get going tonight. So you need to get with the person who invited you to this call, or you can message Susan or me. We will get you plugged into that chat and everything will be happening there. And that chat is another amazing community place where we talk about ideas and brainstorming and solutions. And there's no pressure. I want to be really clear that there's no pressure. You can just be curious and come learn because once we're done with this 8 weeks, we're going to do this again. And if you have a friend who's in Young Living and you're like, hey, I want you to come along with me. Let's do this together. Doing this business together with friends is so special and it is such a gift. So I think that's all that I have. Susan, do you have anything that you want to add?
I just put in the chat, but I'll just speak it out for those that are watching the replay. So the 8-week mentorship starts next Thursday. So that's January 15th. It's the same time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, 5:30 Pacific. That will meet 30 minutes. We are in and we are out. We know everybody has a busy life, but we do. We want to help you step by step. So yeah, that's all I had to add.
Perfect.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Great. All right. So just reach out to the person that invited you here. We'll get you in the chat. And then hopefully we will see you next week on our first Zoom. All righty. Have a great
Amazing.
time.
Bye.